did you guys watch that show, The Beast in Me? I think
we did. So,
you watched it? How'd you feel?
A little bit. So, like, I bounce off that cut. Like, my wife was watching it, and she bounced off at first because she fucking hates watching show. Like, her pet peeve in movies and shows is characters going against their character, kind of. And that one was tough.
I see.
Because it depends on, like, right, like that whole show is like, I'm going to do something really fucking stupid, like constantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
yeah, like
that's the point of the show.
What you're saying.
Yeah. And so we can't, and I'm with her, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do this.
Like after all that build up, and it's like, why would they ever do some shit like that after the character that they've introduced to us this whole time?
Yeah.
But
like, it's the point
did
of the
catch
show,
me off guard,
right?
for sure. Yeah, it caught me off guard. I guess they kind of write. I don't want to spoil it if Kurt hasn't seen it yet, but I guess they kind of write it. Like they kind of explain why, like, it could have happened, but like I definitely see you guys' point there.
I mean, yeah. So but there's so many shows we fucking love. It's like we rewatched for like the 9th time. Good Omens, which we love. Mrs. Maisel, which we love.
I don't know those.
I know. Yeah. I don't suggest them to you guys because you're sports dudes.
Hey, man, you know me, Brine. I'm like deep into sports. Yeah. You know, Chris is a fucking film. He's a filmaholic.
You got both of us in here, man. Good place to talk about it.
Well, also, okay. Let's talk about it. I can put this on the pod. I'm cutting all that other shit. I tend not to put. I always cut the shit where we're talking about our personal stuff because nobody needs to know that shit except us.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's start off with so like for sure, what wife and I agree on a lot of things. I mean, we're from Albuquerque. Personal thing right off the bat. I don't care about that though.
Cut that.
No, I don't care. All the Albuquerque shows have been sensational, and the newest one, Pluribus, is just mind-bogglingly good to me. I love it. But you guys haven't seen, I'm sure.
No, yeah, I think,
I haven't seen that either. But I got to be honest, man. I wasn't a big. I was not into Breaking Bad. I just couldn't get into it.
That's fair.
Oh damn! I've been trying to get my girl to watch Breaking Bad.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
it was so good. And then
man,
we loved that, and then we absolutely. Actually, my favorite was Better Call Saul. I loved that.
I never watched that one.
So I liked that one more than Breaking Bad.
Okay, but see, Luke, you loved it because for the same reason I loved it. I'm gonna guess. Let me try a guess. It's because all the scenes with like limited to no dialogue, and they're just sensational.
Absolutely.
And the pacing, right?
Yeah.
That show's pacing is. It is.
Odenkirk's just the man too. I love that guy.
Yeah. Well, check out Pluribus because it's the star is Kim. Kim stars in the new one, and it's it is sci-fi a little bit. Like it'll blow your mind.
Interesting. Okay, I'll have to check it out then for sure.
So I just like that. Go ahead.
I just finished watching Mad Men for the first time on recommendation of from Jordan, and it was fantastic.
It's a classic. Yeah, I watched it when I was around your age, Kurt. Kurt, how old are you? 23, 24, 25?
23. So
yeah, I watched it when I was your age, literally. Like that show, it was Don Draper's character was like, it's like the kind of guy you aspire to be at that age for me. Like when I was watching that shit, he's a shark.
He's awesome, man. I mean, I was blown away by that entire show the whole way through.
Yeah.
That show is sensational. Sensational.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember what happens in it anymore. I got to go back and watch it with fresh eyes. But man, it was one of my favorite shows.
It's so funny from the jump. It's a lot funnier than I anticipated it being. But
they do such a good job with that too. Like they mix in the humor, but it's like sophisticated humor too. Yeah, it's not like they're just like trying to be funny and like do stupid shit to make you laugh. Like the shit's like genuinely funny. Yeah, like he's fucking character being a fucking dork. Like the scene in the elevator where he goes, I feel bad for you, and Don's like, I don't think about you at all. Yeah, man, that's fucking. He's a boss, dude. Like, god damn it,
awesome,
fucking amazing.
That show always reminds me. like right after high school, I was working in the Loop. This was 1988. And I worked at an ad agency in the Loop for a couple of years. And it was like, like we all, like the executives all wore those fucking suits, just like Don Draper. And we all smoked in the office, and those guys always had a bottle in their office. And
damn, dude, you were living in the cool times, Brine.
Oh, dude, it was cool.
What the fuck? I can't even fathom that now. We'd get a call to HR for even thinking about it.
We'd go we'd fuck off to a bar and get have beers and shit, and we'd be like, fuck it, let's go to the Cubs game.
Damn. Yeah, life's so different now, man. Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's badass.
But that shit, that was before my time, really. I was just a kid, right? Like, I was 19. So, that was bullshit. But, it was cool. Everyone smelled of booze in the office. It was just a puff of smoke, right? It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's so badass, man.
That's fun shit. So, other shows. For me, shows you guys have not watched. Here's a show I'm positive you will. I mean, this is a show I've tried to push on people. It's called The Great, and it's basically a weird retelling of Catherine the Great. But it is very sports guy friendly, and the chicks will actually think it's funny too, because it is goddamn hilarious.
Brine, I got a suggestion for you. You can tell me if this is not up your alley, because it's kind of like a weird thing, but I think that you would like it. I think that your wife would like it too. Cool. It's the show it's called Minx. Have you heard of this show?
Minx? No, I have not.
Do you know who Jake Johnson is?
No.
He was the guy on New Girl that played Nick. He's from Chicago. Yeah. He's so anyways, he's in the show, and it's a show about a woman that wants. Yes, so it's a show about a woman who wants 70s. Well, I figured too, because it's kind of like a little period thing, but it's about a woman who wants to start a feminist magazine in the 70s.
Oh yeah, this is me.
She can't get anybody to publish it until she finds this publicist who does porn magazines. Oh, so she puts all of her feminist stuff in the porn magazines, and it's really funny, and it's super well written. And it's just it's a good vibe.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. Highly recommend.
I love you. You're like, it's a period piece, and I'm like, bro, this is my youth.
Hey man, it was a while ago,
Well, I mean, for you it was. For me, it was for me too. I guess that's true. That's fair.
Yeah, no.
I am acquiring this. That's all I'm gonna say as we speak.
It's on. I think it's on Netflix right now too, so it's pretty accessible. So
yeah, cool. This looks right up my alley for sure.
It's really funny. I will say there's a little bit of nudity in there.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah, I mean, big shock, but it's good though. It's good. I recommend it for sure.
I have never been nude in my life, not once.
Not once?
No.
That means no kids for you?
I actually don't have kids, but
okay. Well, there you go.
It'd be pretty weird to not be nude in a shower, right?
I mean, to each their own, man. It's have you seen Arrested Development?
Yeah, not my jam. That's not my thing.
Not your jam? But one of the characters in there he's a never nude, so he can never be totally nude. So he wears jean shorts when he takes showers. It's really funny.
Wow. I mean, I own a hot tub, so
that's a shower in itself. Depending on who you ask. Some people might think it's one of the grossest things on the planet, but I'm all about the hot tubs.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I agree.
You're 23, so you won't know this, but here's some great fucking advice. I promise.
Okay.
I'm by the time you're studying law, so this should not be a problem for you. By the time you're 40, you want to be able to own and buy a hot tub and operate a hot tub, because by the time you're 50, if you have a hot tub, it makes you feel 40 again.
I'm going to put that down in the notes app really quick. Brine says be able to afford, own, and operate a hot tub by 40.
It really is great advice.
Yeah, I believe you, man. I believe you. I'll do it. That's the goal, right?
No. Yeah, wait till... Oh, Jesus. Yeah. See, you're not even to the good years yet. It gets so much better.
I agree with that. People say otherwise, but I think you're 100% correct.
I mean, I've said this a million times. I don't know if I've said it on a podcast before, but like, I wouldn't be 20 again. Not a goddamn fucking chance. But I would be 30 again.
Like, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. When you're 20, everyone's telling you what to do, and you're doing what you have to do, right? Like, it sucks.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of funds either. You're just getting started, and it just,
Yeah, I mean, you're getting laid and doing a bunch of drugs. Or at least I was. All right,
Yeah.
So, okay, let's not be Bill Simmons. Let's fuck this. Let's get to some Bulls basketball.
Talk to me. Let's do it.
Because fuck Bill Simmons, right? Like, I mean,
I agree. I don't know, man. I'm not anti Bill Simmons all the way.
Not
anti him all the way. I like his movie podcast.
Oh, I bet. Okay. I don't listen to that, but see, here my take on Bill Simmons is I will not listen if House is on.
Okay, that's fair.
He's a fucking dummy. But,
I think you have it down right. You listen to a lot of Zach Lowe, right?
I gave up on Zach Lowe when he was in ESPN because he became a dummy, but now I'm back.
Yes. Right? I agree. I mean, well, he didn't become a dummy. He just had to follow the corporate, talk about the big names, and now he's back doing his thing.
I'm lumping that into being a dummy because, like, don't be on ESPN is my advice. I mean, no offense to the people that are doing it.
Have you seen those paychecks, man?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, it's hard to turn that down.
Hold on. How much do they make? I don't even know.
I mean, Stephen A is making north of $20 million a year.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
Yeah, but I'm sure Zach Lowe was making millions as well, working for him. Yeah.
I bet he wasn't making millions, but you never know. Maybe once you're on TV. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It could be. I don't know.
His pod was pretty big, though. His podcast is pretty big for basketball fans. So.
Yeah, but he lost his mind for a minute. I don't blame anyone on ESPN. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Like, Legs is still on there, right? Like Legs, I like, right? Like, you like Legs, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
that's fair.
But most of them are dummies, right?
I'm not going to disagree. I think you're right.
All right, but like we're not. Let's avoid the Bulls for a second. Let's talk shit about podcasters. National, right? Like
national.
I mean,
we can't talk. We can't. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about any of the local guys, man. I love them all. They're all great.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking shit about local guys. I mean,
no.
Most of the local
I got to be honest, man. I don't get around to a lot of national basketball podcasts. I catch the occasional Zach Lowe episode. Sometimes if it's like a really slow day, throw on some Bill Simmons. But that's kind of it for me, in terms of national. So
Simmons, I'll finish up my Simmons take. Like, I'll listen to it. I like his, like, I like when he has specific things and a good guest, and then I'm in.
Yes.
It was just like when I used to listen to Mark, which from our server, and I was like, that's cool, but I can't listen to your show when See Red Fred's on, because I'm like, nah, man, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So there I'm shitting on some local guys, but so for basketball podcasts, my order is, Nekias Duncan and especially Steve Jones. I fucking love that pod. I don't remember the name of the pod actually. It's something Duncan. Something.
Okay.
I don't remember what it's called. I never remember anything anymore. I'm old.
Do you ever get around to basketball? I guess it's kind of I don't know I think they do have a podcast. You ever listen to Thinking Basketball?
Oh yeah, that's on. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Who's in your subscription?
Yeah.
Thinking Basketball is definitely in my subscription.
I think for me, it's really it's thinking basketball, and then Zach Lowe. Those are the only two that are from national that I'm subscribed to. I honestly I spend more time listening to pop culture podcasts than I do hoops podcasts outside of the local guys, because I like obviously hop on, listen to Hayes from time to time, and then there's the guy who's Bulls Central, and he's not Hayes is Chicago Bulls Central, but then there's Bulls Central, who I listen to a lot locally, and then I try to hop on with the Borderless guys and with Troy and things like that too. So love the local guys.
I mean, Hayes always bitches at me because he's like, because I'm like, yeah, man, I don't listen to the pod because I don't want the commercials. So because I listen to you on YouTube because I have ad blockers and shit. He's like, oh, so you're a fucking freeloader. Like, yeah.
Hey man, I respect it. I respect that.
I'm not putting up with ads if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating one of the olives. Hold on. Man, blue cheese stuffed olives. Come on, man.
There you go. Fair enough.
So, you listen to Zach Lowe, so he has on regularly both Nikias Duncan. God, I can't believe I'm going to look up the fucking podcast. So I'm not. Let's promote and Steve Jones. He has them both on often. Oh, sure.
Yes.
It's called the Dunker Spot. Nikias Duncan and Steve Jones is my favorite. Love him. He worked for Memphis. He was a film guy. I don't know his whole resume, but like that dude knows ball.
Yes, he does. He does.
And I love Legs. Right, like Legs knows ball.
Yes,
good. The partner on that All NBA, Adam or whatever. I don't love that guy, but he basically just sets up Legs to go to town. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm looking down my list, thinking basketball. Zach Lowe, Dunker Spot. That's kind of it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's there. There's not as many. You're not wrong. Do you listen to Cam Johnson, Old Man in the Three at all? Or is it now the Young Man in the Three?
I used to listen to JJ occasionally, but that's like content dependent for me.
Yes, no, I agree. That's definitely one of those. Now it's he just kind of interviews players from whichever team Denver's playing, so it's a little less interesting.
Podcast P is the same, right?
Yep. As a what's it called? As a Tar Heel fan, I listened to Theo Pinson had a podcast for a minute there.
Who's that?
It might have been Theo Pinson. Was this dude who played for UNC, and then he got to the league, and he was kind of a vibes guy off the bench.
Okay. Yeah.
He was big on that Brooklyn Nets bench that was like doing all the celebrations and stuff. But he was a really good collegiate basketball player. But he has a podcast where he gets on like a bunch of either like UNC greats or I think it's called Run Your Race, I think. But he gets on some NBA guys too, and it's just kind of more like storytelling, kind of like a Jeff Teague type of thing, things like that.
Okay. I mean, I dig the stories. Yeah. But like, I don't know, man. Like,
it gets to a point.
Yeah. Brooms.
Yeah, I feel that.
Welcome, Brooms. Brooms, we're talking about, I don't know. It's basketball content. We're talking about who's in our basketball podcast subscriber feed or whatever you would fucking call it. I don't know. And we both have Zach Lowe, even though we gave up on Zach Lowe while he was a dummy at ESPN because fuck him.
Yeah.
And fuck ESPN. We both have Thinking Basketball, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I have Dunker Spot, which I like because I love Steve Jones.
Yep.
We both kind of listen to Bill Simmons as long as he doesn't have fucking House on or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And then basketball pods, we're basically like player pods are subjective to content, like who's on, right? What do you got on your list?
Like just basketball in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the No Ceilings guys.
Oh, obviously. No Ceilings, though.
Yeah,
do you listen all year, though?
I'm listening now. I can tell you that much. I do. I jump in and out. And then even when the season starts, I'll go back and listen to some stuff just to kind of think through, like, oh, yeah. All right, I remember who was talking about this now. I like an account called AVC. I think he's just on YouTube. Maybe he puts his podcast out other places. But I don't know, at least he reports on his account that he does a lot of analytics for teams, especially for the draft, for college teams and for NBA teams. That's kind of his business. And so he just kind of does different content, more kind of learning stuff, but he'll just evaluate like things just on the teams. But he does a lot. I found him from just draft content.
Cool.
So I like
that's
his stuff because he'll break down. And honestly, I like his, I don't know. I feel like a lot of his opinion, I don't know, it's not contrary necessarily, but like he is going to be contrary about it. He has a really good reason why. And, and I'm going to take him at his word that that's exactly what he does. I don't have any reason to not believe that's what he does. So, he's got other insights kind of going into it. So, I like his stuff, and it's been helpful.
That's cool.
Just evaluating talent. But, no, what the heck? There's this guy that Gilty sent saying, he's like, this is what I imagine you to be like. I'm not anything like that, but, this dude with long hair that just has all these shorts and stuff I keep seeing now. Crap,
I don't do shorts.
I'm going to find it.
I don't do pants either. So,
yeah. Who needs them? I'll find it eventually. But, those are kind of the ones that let's do more so just because, like, there's Locked On Bulls with, Hayes and that, and then his stuff with Chicago with Central, and same thing with Jamal. I'll listen to his stuff too. Not as much anymore. Same with CHGO. I listened to them a lot before, and I'll still jump in every so often. But I don't know. I don't find myself agreeing. I feel like right now, in general, with a lot of podcast content, it's just very. I think guys are tired. Like,
oh yeah,
I think this is fundamentally different, but I think people are just tired of being in the same spot. Practically, pragmatic. Like we're once again 18 and 21 or whatever, right? Like content is different, but it's there again. And so I just think people are burnt out, to be honest, and it just makes it really hard, honestly, to listen about the Bulls from Bulls content creators right now. Oh, what slaps? That's the dude's name, I think, or his account at least. But he just does a bunch of basketball general stuff. So I've been liking his stuff. Good.
Yeah, we were trying not to shit on the local guys, but like we can shit on the local guys a little. It's not shitting on them. It's like shitting on the Bulls, kind of, right? Like it is. We are in the dog days right now. I just need the All-Star break, and then I'm struggling to get through games right now, right? Like
I need the deadline. I need a move, and it doesn't have to be a big one. It just has to be a move. The Bulls either have to trade away. They have to trade away one of these expirings and either get back a young player who's not been given an opportunity elsewhere, or get a pick back, and then the rotation changes a little bit. And then I'll be back in and really enjoying watching the Bulls. But for now, we're just kind of seeing the same old 4-guard lineups to end games, or Modest is getting taken out of the game for missing a rotation, and that's the story of the game, is that Modest was taken out for messing up. I feel like it's a lot of the same old.
And I'm with you, Luke. Like I want some new data points, right? Like this is why I'm really kind of pissed that Noah is hurt, because I was hoping this would be his on ramp, right? Like, and that would have been interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
But we also, the evaluation year, I keep harping on this, like the evaluation year isn't just the players, it's the fucking front office and Billy, right? Like, I want to see some new data points on those motherfuckers too.
I agree. Brine, I know you've stated you're a big Billy guy, right?
I like Billy.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I like Billy as a basketball coach, but I think in terms of what he can do as the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, I think we've kind of reached the point where we need to. It's just like his time is up. I still think he's a great coach, and I think it'll be hard to find a good coach with a pedigree greater than him to replace him. But I almost feel like we need a new voice. We need like a new energy coming from that head coach position.
Brooms?
I guess I'm pro Billy. Or at least, I don't know. I don't find myself, I'm not a Billy hater. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Same. And so, and just something we've been talking about in the chat, like this notion of what type of offense and attitude Billy ran with Florida. Like, I do think there's a lot of ways, and because I don't know, that's anybody. Like, you were successful doing one thing, you're going to carry that over along with you and be less inclined to change. I get that. Mm-hmm. But I do think Billy shifted away from his maybe preferred style and mentality. And I kind of almost think like this is closer to what he's maybe wanted to do for a long time. I don't think he's got necessarily the client, the personnel for it, 100%. But this pace and, we're not seeing it all the time. And I think especially arguably with Vooch, but then also just some of our guys are not like, they're not, I don't know, like some of our guys are passive, but, I think like Modest, I don't necessarily think of Modest as like, what's the right word for it? Being not like super aggressive, or he's just not this like high octane dude all the time, like you can definitely, there's times where Modest will disappear. He's doing a better job with that, but like, just thinking back to guys like Joakim Noah and whatnot that Billy was running back then.
Yeah. Corey Brewer,
and he keeps pushing for it. I just don't know if he has the guys for it, or maybe it'll just take longer for it to really, that value to show up. Because some of the dudes, absolutely, I think, capture that. But yeah, it's Billy. I agree with you. Like, I don't know if we'll find a higher, I don't know, calibers, but yeah, the pedigree is there. But
well, I'm kind of with both to a certain degree. For Billy, I like him as a human being. I love his pressers. Oh my God. Just remember Tom Thibodeau's pressers and then compare the two. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But he tells the truth. My thing is this. I'm kind of in between you guys, I think. It's like, I don't think he has the personnel. So say when we get a defensive center and and have some shit and he won't play him, he's got to go.
We get that.
If
we get that,
I mean, we have to get it. Like, we have to get a center we have to get someone that can play fucking defense. And if he won't play that shit,
all of us. But
well, yeah, and arguably, it seems like what we've valued almost more than defense this whole time is rebounding. Which, yes, is defensive. I get it. And you know what? And it does. Arguably, it propels a lot of the Bulls' offense is grabbing defensive boards.
Yes. And that's why Giddy has been so effective in the Bulls' offensive system, because it's a lot of grab and go, which is where he excels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's.
But the other side of that, we don't get enough. We don't get enough turnovers out of the other team. Like the guys are not in the lanes. Yeah. They're not causing turnovers and disruptions. And then even then, we're noticing maybe when they do, they're not capitalizing on these 50-50 balls because there's just not that. I don't know. There's just not enough dudes on the team. Just hit the decks, kind of a thing. So
can I hop in, make a point, piggyback off that really fast?
For sure.
As you guys know from the chats, I'm massively in on this Raptors team this year.
Yeah,
and they're also a top transition team in the league. Kind of similar to how the Bulls are doing well in transition. But the Raptors, to your point, Brums, the Raptors get deflections, right? They get steals. Mm-hmm. They block shots, and that's a secondary outlet to them getting out in transition. It's not just grab a rebound and go. It's we're getting loose balls, and then we're going. So I almost feel like it takes away part of the effectiveness of being a heavy transition team when you're not getting the deflections and you're not getting the steals.
It's like you guys were reading my posts today. Like I was just bitching about the defense. So imagine you're Billy and you're like, all right, fuck. Okoro's my best defender. And Okoro is not that good. Just straight up. He's just not that good.
Agree. Y'all know I agree with that,
but like it's okay, but like you're Billy. That's your best guy. Right? Like, okay, fine. But we don't have a disruptor, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that was my point where like we got to replace AC to some point. I don't know how the fuck we do that. But that's the disruption. That's the guy barking shit at you. That's right. Like that's the Kirk Heinrich from Kirk, I love you, man. Wherever you are, brother. Right, like, so that's the defense I'm talking about. Like, yeah, we need a center that can defend, maybe. Only because, like, let me switch it over to offense for a second. Like, I kind of like how Billy is using Josh. Josh looks good. He's less floaters. Right?
Great.
Like, the floaters were cool, right? Like, Josh is our best player this year. So, like, I think Billy knows where his bread is buttered. I don't know if that's an old... Is that term still used? I don't know.
No, you got it.
But
still butter bread,
like,
Brine.
Josh is the dude. Delicious bread. Josh is the dude. Coby. This was Coby's team last year, but they swapped because Coby's having a down year. That's fine. But like, what do you really? What do you want Billy to do with this lineup, right? Like now, again, if we had a defensive center and he's not playing him, that is not. God, I'm spacing on him because I'm old. Our backup center from 2 years ago that we traded. Someone help me. That we traded the Sixers. Drummond. So Drum is, like Drum was not the guy that I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Right. Like we don't have that guy. Collins is our best kind of, if you squint, he's that guy, but right. Like,
I actually think Smith is kind of our best.
I mean,
I think
defensive?
Smith has been sneaky good defensively. I think
he's been good lately. I'm with you.
I don't know. I feel like especially when we went two bigs. When we went two bigs too, I feel like
but he was playing forward because he's 6'8".
And I do think that helps him. He looked. I don't know. I just remember him looking like it didn't look great. Our first experiment, especially with him and Vooch, I was like, dang, that's. And then I saw him and Collins, and I'm like, okay, that's better. But I do think he could actually. Huh?
You finish your thought. My bad.
Yeah, I just think as soon as we got, I don't know, when Collins went down and they just kind of had to, stick with that lineup. I'll give Stick some credit. I feel like that he has quickly acclimated to that kind of double big face, and I think he fits it really. Just his stretchability too. Him and Vooch. I think it was him and Modest just running pick and rolls over and over again with KD. And like Modest was just at will getting to the hoop then. I was just like, this is great.
It was
like, I just think Six is really, I don't know. I like the double big with him more. I think he's figured it out. Because I think even Vooch said something about how well Jalen has like picked stuff up and learned and just grown in that situation. Just having both of them out there on the court, which I think was noticeable when he first started. It was rough. And to your point, I think Collins just like, he'll set tougher picks, and he's just stronger, I think, maybe, or just doesn't get bullied around quite as much when I'm watching him. But like Sticks, you can like he's a big, go back to that argument. Like he knows how to play center. He knows how to take on big bodies and kind of, throw his and position himself more than throw his weight around to kind of manage a dude who's trying to back him down and stuff. Yeah, I've been impressed with Sticks' defense this year too, I will say.
But did you guys watch him in like Indiana or anything? Because he was exactly the same in Indiana. Like he was sometimes shit. And then when they played him at forward, I was like, I see that. And was it the Suns? Was he on the Suns? He got drafted by the Suns? And it was the same thing there because I liked him in the draft, right? I thought he was taller. Yeah. But like I was like, this guy is kind of a forward with center skills and it's just too short. But like that's what we're getting now. We're using just like he has always been used, and it's been effective. I love it.
If I could jump in here to both of your points about the like how Billy's using certain players too. Like I think he's absolutely using Giddy the right way. I think he's absolutely using a guy like Jalen Smith the right way when we have the personnel available to go double big.
Yep.
But at the same time, I think with this transition thing, right? If everybody on the team, it's go, go, go all the time, you're creating a lot of possessions in a game. Yep. And this team is not built to defend at a decent level for that many possessions. So I think when guys like Giddy are in the game, it can be run, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go. But then like a guy like Trey Jones subs in the game, who's also good at running, but is also very good as a half-court floor general, it might be beneficial to kind of change the tempo up a little bit depending on who's in the ball game, because that way you can shrink the number of possessions and shrink the number of defensive stops this team has to get in order to win a game.
Well, and Luke, you're speaking to my point about like this is just always my point with basketball, and like when people are shitting on coaches and even like front offices to some point, like you can't really know the whole deal, but like at least in Billy's case, you can see the players he's got, like, and we talk a lot about like, you should have subbed yada yada yada, and we have maybe there's reasons, maybe there's not, maybe he was like I don't know what it is, but overall I look at the totality of the games. And exactly to your point, is he using our best players to their abilities? I would suggest he's using Modest very well. I know he bitches at him and sits him, but that's what you do with rookies, right? Like, and young players, maybe.
He's also a young guy who's not exactly that polished either. It's not 100%. Like it's not like he came into the league and was like Paolo Banchero putting up 20 a game in his rookie season. He's not that level of player yet. So it doesn't make sense to treat him like he is that level of player.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I do think, I don't know, this is a whole, I guess getting into player use. Like I really like Buzelis. I'm not as high as most of the fandom, I believe, on him. I hope that he excels and is that dude, or like one of the two dudes on our squad. Like that'd be awesome. That'd be great to have one of those guys in the building already. But like what I think sucks is like this whole dialogue, and like people want to be, well, he said he wanted to be most improved and he wants to be a DPOY someday, and I'm like, yes, and he should say those things, and he should want those things. Second year player, and he's like 20 years old or 21 years old. Like, yes, but like I think, and it's all they had, so I get it. But it's a little bit kind of like where we were talking earlier, all the podcasters, like, it's the one line we had, the one storyline of Modest Buzelis and his development this year. And like you look at all it's like some of these advanced stats and per 36 and all this, and not a lot of those look that different. Unfortunately, I think we've all seen growth in Modest, and that's what I think kind of sucks for him. Is like, I do think he is being guided well. Honestly, I don't like, fine, let him take a couple mid-range shots. I don't care. We could use a little larger mid-range guy. I wouldn't mind.
Do not say mid-range. Do not say mid-range.
I know, I didn't. But, like, him learning how to drive to the bucket and expand his moves in the lane and around the hoop, and, like, he's got such an, like, I like that he is so comfortable, both hands around the hoop. He is fine with kind of being pushed off his line a little bit, and he's getting better at that. He can go up strong and dunk it, like, then and you know, just getting to the line. Like, all of that is great stuff that he, I would argue, probably needs to develop more than a turnaround midi at the baseline from 10, 15 out. You know, like,
well, he's got to throw that shit in the trash. You know,
yeah, there we go. Get rid
let me set Luke up for this one. Like, so because Brooms, you and I think agree. Like, I mean, I love Modest. I love his. I'm loving the flashes.
Sorry, that's
right now.
Like, the whole point is, like, I think what stinks is, like, people are kind of like a little disappointed with Modest, and for my expectations, kind of where I thought his, like, handle was and everything, just watching him last year and how well he did to now, and even seeing his help side rim protection, all that stuff that we've just, like, it's been great. Like, he has, in my opinion, taken a number of steps forward. Like, all stuff that I'm like, dang, like, year two for a dude who has, you know, is not the most polished. Like, this is good stuff, in my opinion. Like, this is great, especially going into year three, which will tell you a lot. But I think for year two, he's taken a step I think we all wanted to see. He's handling, I think, starter minutes well, except when he gets pushed down to 19 minutes for, you know, whatever. But, like, he's handling the heavier load, I think, pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy with him. I think he's doing great. I think he's taken quite a jump, actually.
And I am too. And I think you agree with me on this. Like, he's never going to be defensive player of the year. Fuck that. He has nothing like that. He's not even close to that to me. Like,
I love blocks. You know, but like, Miles Turner is not DPOY.
Yes.
No, but he's closer maybe than like what I want from Modest is to be a plus defender. I'm not sure he's there
Correct.
yet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now this is where I set Luke up. Tell me why I'm wrong.
on why Modest is not a plus defender?
Is he a plus defender right now? I don't think he is.
I don't think so either. I think he
cool.
He struggles to. Well, he's also in a weird spot because I do think our personnel has forced him to play out of position. I think he really is built more like a 3 than he is a 4. Agreed. And unless we have the double big lineup, he's playing the 4. Mm-hmm. I think he struggles guarding the shorter, quicker players, and I think he struggles when he has to guard the bigger, stronger 4s. And it's kind of a weird in-between area to get him a good matchup physically for this Bulls team. So I don't think he's necessarily a plus defender, but I do think with our team, whenever we have him and Jalen Smith in the lineup together with at least one of Okoro and Patrick Williams, that's when we have our best fighting chance defensively, because he and Jalen Smith provide the best help defense out of, or I should say the best help side rim protection out of everybody. And then having one of Okoro or Pat to guard the actual best player, you know?
Yeah, like point of attack or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So this is the boring podcast because we're all agreeing. Like, I would say, I think I don't want to say a ceiling on my expectation for Modest on defense is you could be a plus defender, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I would say, like, I don't think we could take away, like, the level at which he is chasing down blocks in transition, coming over from, like, and I think that's a little bit, some of it is he's a little bit too eager to get that help side block, which is why he's getting back cut a little bit. Like, he's, but at the same time, like, I think we are watching him get better at that. I think especially lately, I think he is growing quite a bit. There's been times where I'm like, okay, like that's legit. Like you got down and you pushed that guy off their line, you pushed him into help, like whatever it is, like that's solid. Even some smaller guards and stuff that I was like, okay, Modest, like you're keeping up, like you're moving back, laterally pretty well. But like I do think it translates. I think like I said, I don't think we'll see, all defensive team DPOY stuff. But I do think he becomes a plus defender. I don't know how far he can go, but like if he can just do, spots 2 to 3, some flexibility, and he's 6'10", so like it'd be awesome to put some more weight, like some smaller, bigs and stuff. He can kind of, just kind of bang around with and make it a little bit harder for him. That would be great, but. Yeah, I think I can see it, and especially like it also does. Like I don't think it'd be overstated either. I think it's helpful. Like he seems to be aware that that's a place he really needs to grow, because that's what he put out there in front of Billy. Like, hey, keep me accountable here. Teach me what I need to do to be that guy. So yeah, maybe we don't get all defensive Modest, but I do think. Again, Billy's a good defensive coach. Like I know this team sucks on defense right now, but he has squeezed some pretty good defense out of what should be horrendous defensive lineups in the past.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And then I'll give it to Luke. I wonder, let me put this in your brains. Remember in the offseason, he had said he talked to D Rose about not having a sophomore slump. And then, and I'm like, and I wonder if he told, like, and then he calls his shot, like, because remember, D Rose calls his shot, like, well, why not me for fucking MVP, right? I wonder if it's just a little bit of that, and I and almost everyone in Chicago loves that shit, so who cares? I don't live in Chicago.
Yeah. No, and I don't know. There's probably people who took it too serious, but like, I'm not mad at our second-year player who just turned 21 years old being like, dude, these are the expectations I put on myself and what I want to achieve. Totally. Because, honestly, if he keeps taking these steps and you give him an offseason to work on his handle, he could definitely be talking about MIP next year. Like, if he just keeps on that trajectory. Like, because, he's already taken a pretty good step. If he can, if we can see some of this efficiency and kind of expanding his game, like, all of a sudden we're talking, I would love to see a 20-point, per game score, especially depending on what this roster looks like next year, even just in a few weeks.
Yeah. And Luke, you love the flashes, I bet, right? Like you're seeing them, right? The Modest flashes.
I've definitely seen them.
Huh?
100%. I'm definitely seeing the flashes. 100%. I just don't think, I'm not as happy with where he is this season relative to where I thought he was going to be. And I don't think that's largely at fault of his own, because I think he has stepped up, specifically when Coby and Josh have both missed. I think he's done a really good job taking on more responsibility. But I kind of thought going into the year, with how everyone was talking about him, even guys like on the team, like Io was saying how dominant he looked in camp and things of that nature. But when Coby was ruled out for like the first month of the season, pretty much, right? I kind of thought that would have been a really good opportunity to see Modest get more of those on-ball reps and more of the scoring load. But I feel like it looked more similar to last year than I thought, that I anticipated. I thought it would look maybe a little bit better. But recently, in that recent stretch of games where Coby and Josh both missed, I was very impressed with what we saw from Modest, for sure.
Yeah, getting Modest in actual sets up top and actions and stuff more, like, because he'll come off of things, for catch and shoot, and he'll sometimes set the screen and whatnot. But yeah, I really like seeing him actually as a ball handler in some of those actions like that. That stood out to me quite a bit, actually. And granted, you got to think about who's defending him on the other side, but still, there was enough there. I'm like, okay, dude. He's got enough handle to like, okay, give him some room. Like, just let him work that out in real time at NBA pace and against NBA defenses, and take that with them to the next game. I think that's all. That's really one of the things that stood out to me is I just think his handle's a lot better than I intend. Like, he still has a lot of work, like that's clear, but like it's at least good enough that I think he, it was nice watching. Like, yeah, it sucks not to have Coby and Giddy, because I think ultimately what sucks is like we've got so little of just that team.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I mean,
like going back to like I think what you were saying about just like it'd be nice to slow it down with Trey with the second unit. Like, I almost wish it could be the other way around, where it could be a little slower with the with the starters, and then just the pace up on the other side, because like that's been one of our strengths.
It really has.
Unit just kicking the other bench in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
why do you think that is? Out of curiosity.
Well, I do. Well, for one, I do think that like a number of the guys we're relying on for pretty heavy minutes, like starter minutes, like there's just a strength of them coming off the bench, because that bench ends up being, I think, pretty strong. I mean, Io's been like 15 points per game all year.
Io, Trey, Kev, and I think Jalen are all close to double figures, if not double figures averages, and they've all spent a lot of time on the bench.
When you look at that second unit, like there's at least defensive guys or two-way guys there, arguably.
Yeah.
And Trey, for one, I think him stepping up into it, I would say he's a two-way guy now. Like, I just watching him at the beginning of the year, I felt like he was kind of hesitant, like he was doing a lot of drive and kick, which is great. Like, that's fine. That's helpful. That's generating looks for us. But his finishing around the rim, like there's been times where he's just been so dang fast that like it makes me think of Io.
Yes.
Those two
and having both of them, yeah.
Totally.
Just the speed going through there and getting these drives. Yeah, it's and Io's been pretty nice from three all season long. And then you got Jalen, who he's been great from three as well. And then you got any of DT or Julian or Pat, and Collins is healthy. Collins, like there is a little bit more of that, I think, two-way there, or at least what they're doing. They're able to turn that defense, grab those boards, almost to do Billy's vision a little bit better. And I think what helps too is like second units are often, some of these younger players, and the Bulls are used to going so fast that I think they can mess them up more often, generate some of these turnovers. Like we saw with Trey getting like 5 turnovers in a game, right? I think that unit almost kind of captures Billy's vision a little bit better than our starters. Which again, I think that goes to like, hey, what the heck are they going to do at the deadline to maybe have this be a little more consistent and from the beginning of the game. And we saw it too. Like we would start games so poorly, and then as soon as the second unit comes in, all of a sudden
it flips.
Yep.
But I kind of think too, and obviously you guys know this. I am a Patrick Williams. I don't want to say believer because I don't think he's never going to be that good. But I do think he has solid role player potential. And I think when one of like whoever's playing out of the three, whether it's him, Dalen, or Phillips, if we get efficient shot making out of one of those three, I have full confidence that our bench is going to decimate the other team's bench. It's whenever those three play like awful efficiency wise on the offensive end that the benches get a little bit closer.
Well, and even like I've been surprised because while we've been down guys, we've been down a lot of guys sometimes. Like Billy's even used Dalen as a ball handler.
Yeah,
and that has been surprising.
He's good at that.
For one, just to have the trust from Billy, but he's actually worked on it. And again, I put it in context of like the Bulls at the end of the bench, but like just watching DT this whole time, like he really has developed there quite a bit. So And then you tack on the fact that he's, he is a good passer. He's a good connected passer, and he is going to give you that defensive effort. And he's a dude that absolutely goes after 50-50 balls and stuff like that. Like he's had a couple of really good games lately. He's been super solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, but I also disagree. Like DT is, he hasn't really. I saw that every year. I saw that in college. Like he could play a lead forward or a lead guard role to some extent. It got better, but it hasn't developed enough. I just don't think he's an NBA player currently. Like I think we let him walk. But like,
for sure.
I like him. I think maybe DT's problem, I don't know. Like I don't want to get into like it's weird. He seems to dig the lifestyle and shit. He gets the thing. He's very elegant talking about basketball and passionate about it. And he was a great player in college, but we're giving him the role he had in college, right? Like bring it up, be disruptive, be chaos, but his chaos is too chaotic.
Yeah,
no?
I would have said that. I don't know if he's. Yeah, I don't know. The runway is running out for DT. I think is the problem, and like he's right now where you wish he was a couple years ago.
Oh, 100%.
Like if this is what him 2 years ago, it's like, oh yeah, man, great job, like perfect. Because you're like, okay, in a couple of years, that's role player stuff. Great. I just don't think that unfortunately enough is. I mean, granted, if he keeps getting opportunity, because it looks like he's taken over JP it's situational with Billy, I'll say, but at least right now he definitely seems to have the nod to go in first and get a chance, and he's doing a good job with it. I mean, again, with Billy, you string a bunch of these games together and all of a sudden you're in his rotation. So I do think Jalen has his trust more than I thought he did. Billy's trust more than I thought DT did.
Same, and I want to hear Luke's thought on this because, like, this is I keep Julian. I let DT walk because, I like the skill. DT's just not better than Huerter at Huerter's best skills except shooting, right? Like please, Jesus.
DT might be better than Kev.
It's shooting. Come on now, that's slander, man.
Is it?
Is it? I mean, yes, it is currently, but
like, looks pretty. It doesn't go in lately. That's painful.
DT should be the better defending Huerter, less shooting Huerter, like because Huerter's actually a good fucking ball handler, and he's good at passing. And he is smart to the ball. Like
he's really good at cutting too.
Totally. Shooting's the only problem, right? Like, which is
the thing that he came in being known for, and he's like, I don't remember how to do that anymore.
I forgot how to shoot, but I'm great at everything else. And great as a role player. He is great.
Yeah. Well, I think my thing with Kev is when Kev realizes that he's not this shooter anymore. Yeah. So when he doesn't shoot 6 threes in a game and works on getting inside and he works on it's so good. But then when he starts shooting a lot, that's when you see bad Kevin Huerter games. And bad Kevin Huerter games are ugly because it's usually 1 for 6 from 3,
Well,
shooting wise, but usually, and this is what I want you to scope me on, Luke, because you play, and it's like when he's shooting shitty, I feel like his defense gets better.
I don't know. I'm not huge on Kevin Huerter defensively. I think he's had his moments where he's done really well guarding the ball in particular, but he's not good enough to be like a defensive role player. Like I don't view him as a
not
defensive
at all.
Role
that's
player.
Not what I meant. Like he just puts his energy towards fuck, my shot's not falling. I gotta impact the game in other ways. And that's when I see him uptick in just like cool fucking plays, being disruptive, being being help defender. I love the rotations. He's just a smart basketball player and way more athletic than you'd think. Like, he looks like, we said this in the first episode, he looks like fucking Opie, man. So you expect him to suck, but he's actually a good ball player, I think. Tell me he's a terrible ball player from your perspective, because I never played. You play.
I don't think he's definitely not a terrible ball player. He's a very good NBA role player. I just think, unfortunately, the things that he's not really good at are the things that the Bulls really need from role players' perspectives. Like, our starters are really bad at two things: 3-point shooting and defense. Kevin Huerter is also a really bad 3-point shooter, and he's not a defensive stopper. So he's not doing enough defensively to make up for. He's just kind of like he's helpful for us because of the system that we play, and he's able to thrive in that system. But that system has weaknesses, and he's not helping us correct those weaknesses.
Oh, goddamn! He's at 31%. I was looking it up because I'm like,
no, it's bad, man.
Is that slander? Bad. No, like last year it was bad, but it was still 37.6.
Yeah. Well, look at Trey. Look at Trey too.
Oh,
he and Trey off the bench you have two guys that are shooting low 30s from your bench guards. Technically, like,
it's rough, man.
That's rough. But they're still but the bench still wins their minutes because, to Brooms' point, they play defense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which, and that's that's also to Billy and getting that out of them. I think you got to give him some credit, right?
Well, I give Billy credit, but I do think the front office has pigeonholed Billy with this roster.
Yeah.
Because
that's every coach, though, right?
In a sense, yes, but they've given Billy. So the three most important players on this Bulls team, in terms of, I shouldn't say most important, but the three best players, or like the three guys they're trying to develop, are Gilty, Coby, Modest, right? Those are their top three. Course. And then you have Vooch, who's like your vet that you have to do right by. Mm-hmm. All four of those guys are horrendous defensively. They're terrible. Oh, yeah. Like, totally. None of them are. And I actually will say, I think Coby had a pretty standout defensive game against Utah, which I was very impressed by, and I hope he can continue to improve in that area. Mm-hmm. But Billy's been pigeonholed into playing those four as starters.
Yep.
And it hurts them because there's not a good mix of two ways or mix of defensive specialists with the offensive guys, because all your offensive guys are all playing in the first unit.
Yeah. Well, and just you have...
I was going to say, just out of curiosity, this is a quickie. Is Josh our best defender of those three?
I don't think so. I still think fair. Of Vooch, Coby, and Giddy.
Yeah.
I think I would put Coby above Giddy just because he doesn't get hunted the way Giddy does, in my opinion. Like, you don't see teams desperately trying to get Coby into pick and rolls like they do with Giddy.
Because he fights through screen. Sorry, go Brooms.
No, I'm just like, to Coby, like, it was a few years ago when he's coming off the bench, and I think you kind of saw it last night. It reminded me, and I think I brought that up. Like, Coby was not getting starter minutes anymore, and he really did, I think, take on that role player bench dude, first guy off the bench mentality. And like, he's not like a good defender, but like his aggressiveness and toughness, because Coby's, in my opinion, Coby's tough as nails. Like, he's a tough dude.
I think he's easily the toughest guy on the team.
Yeah.
Him and
Io. Yeah, like, just run through a brick wall kind of thing. So like he channeled that into just defensive effort in the ways that he could, because he's not like, he's a bigger guard, 6'5", but he's not got a lot of length, and like, he's quick on offense and everything, and he's got his hand, but like, he's not like He just has to put in a lot of effort, which that's what I think he does. And I think what he did the other night is you just saw, like, I think the way Coby tends to mess up the pick and roll is he just fights to get over that screen so hard, which arguably that's what Okoro does too. So I do think he gunks it up enough that he's not as easy a target. I mean, his defensive numbers and rating stuff is not good. So I'm not saying that, but I'll just say that one thing, like he does. When I see Coby, like him, like he's going to fight over a screen, you know, he's going to just kind of be in the mess of it enough. He's going to try and take a charge. Like that's Coby. So,
well, we saw it his first couple years, right? Like he was fucking Trae Young. It was fucking gross. He wouldn't fight through a screen at all. He just fucking whoa,
he was bad. He was so bad.
And point usually or something. And then like his third year, right? Like he started to do some shit, and then he was trying to be disruptive, which I thought was really cool. Do you guys remember that? I bet you do.
Well, I was going to say both of you mentioned that first year when Lonzo came over and he came off the bench, and I remember that year thinking, I was really impressed by his ability to take a leap in almost all aspects of his game with such a big role decrease. You don't see that often. And I was very impressed because he became a much better ball handler. That's when I started thinking, man, this guy could actually play point guard. He started defending a little bit. You started seeing flashes of the playmaking as well. And he got better with a smaller role, which I think is really rare in the NBA.
100%. And so, so like last night, just kind of see him have a tough game offensively. I mean, granted, like I don't know what is wrong with the turnovers this year for him. Like I really don't. Other than I feel like he's kind of just that not be able to get into his game because he's just so stop and go because of this injury that just lingers around all year.
Yeah,
like. It just really, it messes up more than I thought. Because I always think of like his shot as the thing that doesn't get in rhythm, right? But like his playmaking has been just so out of sync. Like, he has, I don't remember.
Not in rhythm, right?
I also, if I can jump in here too, with like you guys, it's not just his missing games in between, but the calf injury has robbed him. It's not a lot and it's not super noticeable. But it's robbed him of the ability to get to some of his spots and do some of his moves that he's used to doing. So a lot of times moves that he does where last year he'd be burning guys off the dribble. He's a split second slower. And if you notice, a lot of his turnovers are from getting in the lane and then making a bad pass because he realizes he doesn't have as much room as he normally does. Because the calf is slowing him down just slightly.
Yeah. Well, and I'll also say, like, there's a lot less in this offense, but it was this way at the end of last year, too, that there's a lot less static dudes hanging out in the corners than we've 100%. Run in the past. So, because, like, you could almost always, and I think it actually hurt Pat a lot last year, because you just stick him in a corner and throw him drive and kick the ball out to him. Like, he hits those at a pretty good clip. Like we've seen that for years now. But Billy has had these guys, and I think it was Memphis who kind of maybe started this. People picked on this with Jenkins. But like this kind of like as the drive comes, like guys are rotating away, pulling their guys, another direction. So it's just splitting these guys' attention. And sometimes it opens up opportunities for that driving kick, and you got an open shot now because your guy was caught looking. But I do feel like Coby just is so used to like that dude's in that spot. But I don't know, he didn't struggle with it nearly as much as at the end of last season. I know they were doing that, and he was much more accurate. But this year, it's just like he's just off by like feet. That's like it's not even catchable sometimes. I'm like, oh, what is happening, man?
But I mean, like Luke, you played. Brooms, I don't know if you played. I did not play. But like, it's all confidence, though, right? Like. Yeah. I mean, I played music. It's the same fucking thing. Basketball is physical music to me. It's exactly the same. It's all confidence. You're going for your next thing. And when I would, when I would sprain a finger or fucking crank my wrist or something, I sucked that night, right? Like, because I don't feel confident going. And so I play it safe and then I'm fucked. right? Does that track?
Well, it's a frustration thing too, because every time he starts to get a little momentum, it's boom, he's out for a week. He's being reevaluated. So I think it's also a little bit of that too.
Yeah, and I'll say this too is like another part to your point of just him being maybe a step behind where he's been is like that also, it's the same point of him getting to his spots and him getting his shots. That's also going to maybe close up some lanes and other things that you're used to having by being that quick and taking guys off guard, and now all of a sudden a guy had a chance to recover versus maybe before they couldn't because, Coby was killing him on it. So yeah, there's just a lot going into. I don't necessarily worry about it personally.
I'm not.
I know Coby's had some injuries, but like this kind of just I think of the same thing as people freaking out about the Darren Peterson stuff at Kansas. Like, if you listen to those ceilings guys, like yes, if something comes out where he has like some sort of horrific thing with just muscle deterioration, like that'll change his draft stock. Like this is just a really bad. This is just an injury that lingers, and it just has the worst timing. And it's just like you just have to manage it, and that's the reality of it. And that's kind of how I look at it with Coby. It's like it's just this injury sucks. It just needs time to heal, and there's not any of that, especially going into before the trade deadline. Like it's a freaking sprint of games.
Here's my thought on Coby: is just he sucks every time he's in a contract year. Like, not by his fault, but he gets injured or something and it fucks him. And yeah, like I feel like he wanted 30. He's probably getting. My number is he's going to get 26. He's going to like Bulls are like now you get $1 million more than Josh, and I'll be like, rad. Let's sign him up for 5 years so he doesn't suck for 5 years. How about that?
Because that's another thing. Like Coby is still only what 25? 26 season.
It's fucking stupid.
The going rate for a dude like that is, and especially someone who's put other like I think at worst, like just like listening to what people are talking about. Like again, like I really enjoyed listening to just basketball, NBA, and even just like being in spaces talking about NBA versus just Bulls talk. Is that context, that feedback people give you? Sometimes I think we can get stuck in our own echo chamber loop of thinking these certain ways about our team and about players, and other people are like, like Gilty for one, that got me. I was like, man, I really don't want to give Gilty $25 million. And they're like,
I did.
Well, he probably could be 20, 10, and 10. And like, why would you not pay that guy $25 million? I was like, well, yes, that's absolutely fair.
It's an impossible point to argue. It was my entire point. I was like, you guys are all fucking overthinking this, man. Josh absolutely nails that 25. Way worth more than 25.
I just thought my thinking with Josh was in a Bulls jersey, he's worth 20. He can get you 20, 10, and 10.
Yep.
Can he do that elsewhere? Because when you're setting a value, like yes, it's obviously how important is player X to your team and what you're trying to do. But at the same time, when you're trying to save money in a salary cap league, you have to also compare that with his market value. And I don't think Josh was getting $25 million from anywhere else. I'm not unhappy with that number. I thought it was going to be closer to 30. So I think it's a bargain, and he's playing really well. So I can't really complain about it. But I just think my rationale before the extension happened was, is Josh getting 25 from somewhere else? And my answer was no at the time.
Yeah. Well, and it took so long. So that was pretty clear for one. I would argue, I think there's more teams that would give him 25 mil now than this offseason.
Everyone. Well,
yeah, I do think a lot more people would be interested. It's still situational. Like you got to add, there's more context to everything. Yeah. But like, I think he falls off maybe in points per game, but I don't think he gets that behind on rebounds and assists, to be honest. And even then, you have a starting point guard who can give you 15 or 16, 9 and 9. Like that's
absolutely
like naturally give you teens, right?
Starter money in general, that's great. And even if you had to move him off the bench, like we're talking Nas Reed kind of stuff. Like, okay, that's crazy production if you're giving that guy like 30 minutes a night kind of a thing. So, it's a little bit different now, but I agree. Like, it'll be interesting for Coby because all of a sudden 25 mil, that negotiation they did with Giddy looks a lot more. Although I think more teams are going to be willing to pay Coby 25 mil.
I think so too. Yeah.
So, like that, I just don't know if you can get to the off season that comfortably with Coby, especially since he stated to everybody like, "Hey, I'm going to test the market. Like that's what I'm going to do." So
for me, I had a cheat code with Josh because it's always, this is a thing I always look for. So I remember his rookie year, right? Like I remember Thunder were going to suck for a while, but they had Shea, who I was huge on in the draft. Like huge. That was my guy. And I was like, oh man, they got a guy. And then it was back and forth. I'm hurt, you're hurt. But they were kind of good. Like even when Shea wasn't playing, right? Like, so you can't say, oh, it's just Shea, it's MVP. No, it was Giddy. And I was like, I always look for this. I always look for the team, including us. I'm like, this is better than I expected. Why? Right? Like, and I was like, it's Josh. That dude is good. And then, come on, guys. You guys didn't watch the fucking Boomers in the Olympics? I'm like, boom, there's the fucking Bulls. This is a no-brainer. You should give him 30 because you're fine. You can trade him at 30 in 2 years. I promise you.
Yeah.
So that was my cheat code. It wasn't fair. But like I saw it, I tried to explain it to you guys, but no one was buying. Well, some people were buying. Hayes was buying.
We were stuck in groupthink a little bit, and it wasn't entirely unfounded. But
right. But he had a shitty year, right? We're like for the, and then and he was traded for someone we love, right? Like, no, I get it, but I'm like, bro, watch the film, look back.
Well, and you come out of, and that's why I don't know. I'm going to be mad if AK doesn't make any changes. He has the excuse that when we've seen this team healthy, it's been really good, and we've not had a lot of healthy. He has that excuse in his chamber ready to go, and I hate it. Because he's the king of inaction.
Sometimes.
He's kind of forced.
Most of the time.
Yeah, he's forced to do something this offseason, I think. But because there's just so many guys coming off the roster, in free agency, but man, like if this team can figure it out and fight their way into even a couple playing games, like I'm really not mad at it. Like if you can get Modest and Giddy some more, like this version of Giddy, even like a first round exit, I'm just not going to be upset with that as development. I know it sucks for our draft pick, but
I'm not mad at it.
I really do like it as far as like, okay, if Modest and Giddy are at least a part of what's going forward, like that's also not a bad outcome. I think, I don't know, just listening and paying attention to the people, it does seem like AK in the front office is their goal, and they haven't even brought it up this year. Their goal is not like playoffs. Like that's not really been expectation set. So I don't know. I have hope. We'll see if he'll take any deals on the table.
Let's use that as our outro. Luke, what are your thoughts on like in and around that? Like, are we going to make a move? Who might it be?
Well,
how do you see us going forward?
My big thing is like, you look at this Bulls team, right? Like Broom said, we're sitting at a similar spot as we have the past couple of years. But this time, right, you have a season where largely Josh Giddey's playing pretty much as good as he can play.
The best he's ever played. Let's say that.
The best,
right?
The best he's ever played.
Yeah.
Vucevic is having a really good year. Vucevic is playing really well offensively.
Last year he was better, I thought.
Okay. That's
but
fair.
yes, I know what you're saying.
But Modest is playing well. People are happy with how Modest is playing. Io's having a career year. Trey Jones is playing.
Wait. So. Is Ayo having a career year? I think he's having a down year.
No, he's doing great.
I think it's his career year. This is a career year for Ayo.
He has no fucking thumbs, and his defense and shooting and every.
The shooting has been great. The shooting's been fantastic. The defense has been a little bit left.
The D has been meh. The finishing is great.
From an offense
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, that's a topic for another day. I apologize.
No worries. But so he's playing great too. Jalen Smith and Zach Collins, when Zach Collins has been available, which hasn't been often, both of those guys have been giving you very good, productive, backup big minutes. So my question for you then becomes, it's not even really a question for you, but just the Bulls in general is, everybody's playing really well. Why aren't you better? And you can look at the injuries. The injury excuse is there, but at the same time, if you're so focused on like, oh, our team, our depth is such a strength of ours, and it very much is, but you're still not where you want to be record-wise with all these guys playing really well. So if all these guys are playing really well and you're still not winning enough games, the only logical answer is you got to move some pieces so you can get guys that fit better with winning. And I think this team really needs more real shooters, not guys like Kevin Huerter who have reputations of being shooters but aren't actually shooters, like real shooters and real defenders. And I think you can do that because these guys are playing well, and a lot of them have upped their value this season. So I think there's an opportunity to improve. So you got to make some moves. And I would actually start with Huerter, which I know, Brine, you're going to be unhappy about, but I think
it's okay.
He's really raised his value a lot. And I think him being on an expiring contract, and I also think his expiring isn't that expensive, right? I think Collins is more, or maybe I'm flipping those two.
Huerter's at 17? 17?
Okay. So 17 is pretty high, I guess. Yeah. So maybe he won't be as easy to flip as I thought. And maybe it won't be as easy to get off him as I anticipated, but you got to make some moves. You can't stay pat at the deadline with all these expiring contracts.
Okay, so for me, I'll start with Huerter because I'll go backwards. Huerter to me, I actually don't know how could we know what people are, league people are thinking? I think to Bulls fans, overwhelmingly they've been like, fuck, man, Huerter's pretty good. Like anyone that's watching the game, right? Like if you're looking at the stats, Huerter sucks. But if you're watching the game, you're like, God damn, he's impactful. So to me, that goes two ways. If you can sign him for like, let's say 3 for 13, and that's a bet on he finds his shot again. Now, Brims is going to say, I think that ship has sailed. That's fair. It probably has. But do you have a bad player at $13 million coming off your bench? It's tight. Would he take that? I don't know. To answer we were talking about this in chat this morning, or I was, right? Like, and it's like, why are we mid? We're just not that good. like we just to your point, to both of your guys' points, like we don't have a real defensive guy on this team. I personally think Ayo's defense has not been that good this year from the eye test, just straight up. Like, I don't know if I had broken thumbs, I wouldn't want to fucking play defense either. But I'm not worried about Ayo. I'm not worried about Coby either. Coby is no question having a down year, right? Like, fine, but like who else is getting their own shot, right? Like, is it better? Like, so I'm thinking about it in terms of lanes and like quality. Josh is our best player this year. I will hear no fucking arguments to that because it'd be silly to argue that. In my personal opinion, like it's not Coby's team right now; it's Josh's team. Yep. Right now. I hope that changes. Is Coby a number one? I don't know. No, maybe. Is Josh a number 2? I don't know. Maybe. Can we wait for Modest to grow? We have to, and we're going to, right? That's cool. Is everyone else available? In my opinion, yes. And maybe even Coby. Yes?
I think especially Coby.
Well, I mean, he's a good chip. Yeah. Like, we were talking about this in the chat, so I want to write, like, Coby is better than a chucker. He's not a fucking chucker. I think we'll all agree on that, right? Like, leadership. Everyone loves Coby. I love Coby, right? Like, Vince is more of a Coby fan than me, but not by a lot. Like, I love Coby, man. I love him. But, like, he's just not having a good year. But, like, am I out on Coby? No. Right? So that's where I'm at. Like, why are we not better, Luke, to your question? We're just not that good. Maybe. Bitch at me. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, that's where I'm at. I think there's a couple of things happening. One, in my opinion, is Giddy does make a lot of guys better. 2, that being caveated by the fact that, like, this offense is really built well for him to be as effective that way, as I think he can be right now. And so, and then you also have the ascension of, like, we just have a lot of ball handler playmakers, which is helpful and works to our advantage. You know, like with Trey, even Io, Coby when he's there, and, like, even just like I said, like the surgence of DT. Like, he's been able to take up some spot minutes for us and just keep things afloat sometimes. So I've always thought that this style of offense is very gimmicky, of course, but the benefit, later, man. The benefit of it is it does lean into what almost all NBA players have as a skill set, which is they're quite coordinated. You know, running in transition is very low-hanging fruit for doing well. Like, almost young players can pull that off too. And if you create enough disruption in the half court, which they try to run all these actions and have these movements off ball, you can almost kind of mimic the chaos of transition in your half court offense, which I think they started off the year doing better than they are now. And what sucks is, like, again, the Bulls are not good at 3-point shooting. So when they turn into a run and gun team, they fall off the rail so easily.
Yeah, totally.
So, but if they can just keep those down to almost like where they were at the beginning of the year, that, like, kind of league average, even, like, 30, 35 to 38 a game, and then just win the points in the paint and create disruption and on defense and turn into transition, get the defensive buckets, win that. Like, there's so many things that have to work for this offense to kind of have juice behind it. But when it does, it's revving, And so I just think this offense too, and just the disruption of it, like, it also gives a chance for guys to, like, beat on closeouts and get to the hoop and whatnot. Like, there's a lot of things that I just think NBA players should have the skill set to do. And it just leans into that. It's not super, like, all the switching on defense maybe gets a little complex, but it's not super complex. Like, it just is, I think it makes guys look better than they are. I think it is raising the boat a little. I think Wes and Billy have done a good job of, like, maximizing some of the juice that this team has to offer, which is why so many guys are having really great looking years.
Yeah, I'm with you. And, like, we're going to get shit on it. Because right now everyone wants to blame Billy or the front office or, because there's not even really a player to blame. Like, I mean, we can always kick the puppy on the Pat puppy.
You could probably, yeah.
But
you can keep Vooch around a little bit on defense, but.
Oh, I mean, but, like, has Vooch ever been good on defense?
Well, no, and that's a little bit like, I think it's arguably, like, that's a problem, but also at the same time, it's like, what were you expecting?
Yeah, and so I think I'm not mad at Billy or the coaching staff at all, really. And like, I'm not going to second guess substitutions and shit. Like, people want to get into the weeds with that. That's cool, man. Like, you go, bro. Because how could you know what's going on, right? Like, you don't. So I don't usually get into that unless I see. I'm like, what the fuck is this lineup, Billy? Which we all do, and then that's valid. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And then so like that's up to Casey to ask him literally like that. Like I would be like, what the fuck, Billy? That was a weird ass lineup. Fine, but like you look, I don't know. That's how I judge coaching staff. Like, look at your players. Are they playing up to your expectations, to your personal expectations, maybe? Mm-hmm. And if the answer is no, and there's still like, this is a modest thing, right? Like people's expectations of modest in his fucking second year at 20 years old, a little aggressive, bro. I would suggest he's nailing his second year. Like he got out of the slump. There's a little slump, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. I don't know. For me, Bruce, like, I feel like we're fine. I think we're doing well with the talent we have and the injuries we're dealing with. And like, as far as moving forward, I really just want to like upgrade this or that or this or that. Like, do I think they're going to make a move? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to be epic? This is why you saw me talking about this morning. I'm like a Khalil Ware, we've heard all the different rumors, like they're not moving him. They never put him in a contract. And yet Spo is pissed at him or just trying to teach him a lesson. We don't know, but like, if there was if you're going to throw a first around instead of going for like, let's say, Walker Kessler that Ainge is going to rape you for, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. They have so much flexibility.
Yes. I was going to say, let me give you a prediction and maybe we can, I don't think Bulls do any of the proposed trades. I think all those guys are talking out of their ass. The only AK trade I can remember that was obvious was Zoe. And that was that was obvious to everyone, including Zoe. Like, yeah, we need that dude, right? Like, has he ever done something we expected? So I expect something like, I don't expect the Zion. I don't expect the yada yada. If we can get the only reason I take Kuminga is if it's just for Vooch, because I'm like, yeah, I'll give him a flyer, but like we were talking about that too, like, but otherwise no. And I think if AK does anything, maybe he loves theatrics or whatever. He definitely loves playing close to the chest. Maybe he does something fucking weird that we're not expecting. That's what I expect him to do, something fucking weird that I don't expect. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I didn't expect him to be able to pull off the Zach trade.
100%. Yeah.
That turned out, it was depressing in context to think about what we could have done had we moved off Zach a few years prior. But like in context, I was like, to get that out of it, okay. And to navigate all that. And that's almost like kind of where I see like some of these expirings and stuff right now is
exactly,
could there be some sort of just like grease in the wheel on a deal? If someone's looking for, because there's so many teams just struggling with trying to figure out how to duck some tax, maybe how to open up a roster spot, like all kinds of things. So I wonder if they can't sit in that spot, and that would probably be a not super exciting idea. Probably be just stuff like, like kind of how Huerter, Collins, and Trey came back, and maybe you find a dude out of a move like that you want to keep around, which is cool. But it just I look at all these expirings, and I just want them to take back some tracks and some draft capital, and just be like, you know what? when Modest is 25, we're going to have these picks hanging out, and we can either leverage these into guys and around him, or we can send them off to get a guy. Mm-hmm. And so it feels a little, but they don't want to give up draft capital. It sounds like that seems pretty clear from everybody. And then 2, they don't want to take back any bad money. And so like the expiring is like right now, that just doesn't look likely, because Collins, he's like 18, Huerter's at 17.
Yeah.
Vooch I think Vooch is 20. I think it's a little less than that or whatever. I think is.
Oh no, I think he's 21 actually.
Fine. Okay. Maybe it went up. And then, I don't know, we have so many freaking expirings, it's hard to keep track of it. But like, there's a lot of guys you can move around on that 17 or 18. That guy, the guys like P. Will that people want to get off of, but we just don't want to be stuck with that because he wants to keep that flexibility. I don't know. It'll just tell us a lot, I think. Like, it's frustrating. Like, I want something to happen here at the deadline to give more of a clue of where they want to go with things.
100%.
Right now, it just seems like flexibility is the value. It's just that's not a plan, in my opinion. It leaves you open to things, but it's not a plan. And then, yeah, I just wonder what, like, because the news came out about Pat Riley wanting to keep things open for them in 2028 because I expect all these free agents. And I'm like, I don't know. Free agents aren't a thing anymore like they used to be, Pat. Like, are you okay?
Yeah, Pat, so, you're older than me, motherfucker.
Plan, like, and having a ton of room to, like, work in a trade, like, there's so many things you can use base for, and we'll have so much of it this offseason. Like, I get it, but I also just like, man, what? I don't know. Some of it should I just have so little faith in AK's ability to maneuver all of this. But then, like, I was reading some articles about Acme, and Mark Eversley's talking about they just really want another opportunity like 2021 or whatever, where they just totally flip the roster, right? From that deadline.
Which could easily happen in the summer, too, though, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Fine. So it will. It has to. But it's like, man, what does that even look like to you guys? I don't know. I hope it looks like two-way players, but again, like, where are those guys coming from? Because once those guys get figured out, and like, those are $18 to $25 million guys usually on their next team, for the most part. Yeah. So how many of those can you shove onto your squad and have 9 to 10 good players in your philosophy?
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what to expect, but I do expect something. Also, we as Bulls fans want to see it because we're literally trying to evaluate you, AK, and Mark Eversley, you motherfuckers. Like, the evaluation year is all around for us. It's the fan evaluation, motherfuckers. But could we take back something like, like a big name, I don't think it's going to be Zion, or it's not going to be Ja. It better not be Ja. I don't think I can flip Ja. I'm not sure I can flip Zion, right? Like, it would be, I would rather have taken Trae Young because I'm like, oh, I can flip Trae Young. We could, not maybe the Bulls can't, because, you know what I mean?
I wonder if you couldn't have the Gilty effect on some of these guys, though. Buying low, flip a couple expirings, if that's all it takes. I'm not convinced that's all it would take on those guys now. Zion, maybe a month ago, not anymore. Ja, I don't think that would be. I could see that relationship being done, but I don't know if they would do it. Packaging a couple things would be great, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, why not?
I think the thing to leverage would be something that Josh could make gold out of, right? That's what I would be looking for. It's like, can we get a big that's down and we can flip it? But we need a big, right? Like, so that there's something like that, right? Like something.
I think Josh makes guys look better. And I'm not even worried because, like, everyone wants to talk about usage, but like, oh, he has his ball in his hands too much to be X, Y, and Z. And I'm like,
not to me.
He's like 5% usage rate, which puts him like just like the top. What would it be? Like 20-ish, 20%, 17%. Which, like, sounds high, but that's like 45 guys back. And
no, man, I don't care at all.
He's a PG. He's a point guard. Of course, he has the ball in his hands.
Duh.
Like, there's a ton of guys that have, like, even Sharp I saw being that far ahead, and I was like, oh, good grief. So I think he's fine. I think he's not fundamentally a different player than when he was next to Shea, but I just think he has grown a lot and is different. It would be interesting to see him next to. I think he's done great with Coby. Ja would be a weird fit because he is such a ball handler, playmaker.
Yeah. And I don't think we can build his value unless he's just cranking the rim and just high dunks, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm not convinced this is literally the year to figure out Acme to me. Like I'm docking them some points, but I've given them some points too. Like I see the vision and shit. I mean, anyone that can't see the vision in putting some scores and then grabbing AC and Zoe, I'm like, no, that makes fucking sense. It just didn't work. Like, I don't care about that. I don't know. I get frustrated with people like, I'm just not like that. If you can see the vision in a fucking thing, it's fine. It's okay if it doesn't work. That's also fine. DT is a great example. In college, you knew what he was. We all saw him. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, that could be. I could see that working. It didn't. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, cool. And Julian to me is like, I don't want to. We're trying to get out of here. See, this is the problem with podding, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Is our because we're done. Is our the thing I was thinking about talking about it is tiers of like, I put it in the chat of the pod, deadline reality check and the tiers we want back for them and why. I think that's an interesting conversation. Maybe we'll have that next time.